even scarier is if you move from the last election in the United States, it's going to be a really good transition to the election going on right now in Brazil.
Yeah.
We have a clip here of the incumbent in that election, friend of the show, Jair Bolsonaro, and in this clip, he's it's an older clip, but it's like sort of recently come to like people have been kind of bringing it back up again. It's gotten a little bit more attention as the election is going on down there. And okay, yeah, I could share it on my end. That's fine. So in the clip, he makes a surprising statement, I think we could say, about like we're all. I mean, I salute being open and adventurous about different kinds of like food that you might like go to different places, go to different kinds of restaurants. You might be a little unsure about some of the stuff on the menu, but you just go for it and see how it is. Our man Jair takes that further.
Yeah. This is so funny.
Eu comecei a ver lá as mulheres índias passando com carregamento de banana nas costas, uma atrás da outra, e o índio passa limpando os dentes com capim. Eu falei, o que está acontecendo? Eu vi muita gente andando, morreu um índio e eles estão cozinhando. Eles cozinham o índio. É a cultura deles. Corpo. Bota no corpo.
Mas não é para comer, não.
É para comer. Cozinha por 2, 3 dias e come com banana. E daí eu queria ver o índio sendo cozinhado. Daí o cara, se for, tem que comer. Eu falei, eu como. Daí a comitiva, ninguém quis ir. Vamos comigo lá, ninguém quis ir. Daí, como a comitiva não quis ir, que tinha que comer o índio, eu não queria me levar sozinho lá. Aí não fui. Eu comeria o índio sem problema nenhum. É a cultura deles. E eu me submeti àquilo.
One of the best. And it's like, speaking of like taking jokes too seriously, like there were no Indians who were like grilling their grandpa. He just like probably took a joke too seriously and was like, oh, that's what you guys are having for dinner?
Yeah. So for the tiny minority of our audience that doesn't speak Portuguese, and anybody in that tiny minority who doesn't have the computer in front of them as they're listening to this, or it's on in the background or whatever, in that clip, Bolsonaro is very earnestly, like he clearly thinks this is real, describes going to this indigenous village in Brazil and seeing people, seeing some woman walk by with bananas and somebody walk by with with a piece of grass that he's used to clean his teeth, and says they told him that they were engaged in cannibalism. A guy just died, and they were going to cook and eat his body. And definitely the fact that Bolsonaro just thought, like, doesn't seem to have crossed his mind. They were pulling his leg. He was just like, yeah, okay, I guess that's what you guys do, huh? Like that definitely says something about him, but also it says something about him that his next thought was, okay, I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah. And it was his staff that stopped him. They were like, no, we have dinner reservations. And like, I wanted beef barbecue, not Indian barbecue. And Brazilians love their barbecue. You could see how he got there, right? But yeah, that he was, and everybody's talking about the Jeffrey Dahmer special right now. I haven't seen it on Netflix, so I cannot make any references to it. But oh man, who knew that a world leader would use his stump to say, yes, indeed, I would eat an Indian. But has he considered other races? Just an Indian? Is he just saying, developing
Oh, that's
nature.
true, because he did say I'd eat an Indian.
It is a little weird that he didn't say, even if I were in that situation, which is hard to imagine, I think I would say I would eat a human. I wouldn't specify.
Yeah.
You don't want to specify which race of human.
Yeah,
you would eat. It makes it weird.
Makes it weird.
He was kind of presenting it as almost like a woke thing, like, you know, like,
yeah,
he
it's
wants to
their
be part of
culture. I have
it's
to
their
respect
culture.
it.
Yeah. Not that it would come off weird at all.
A modern day Herodotus, really soaking in the different cultures. Oh man.
Yeah. And you know, in Brazil, you know, with the right-wing paramilitaries down there, I would hate to see what's going to get thrown at you if you admit that you voted for Lula, you know, and while you're doing comedy.
Yeah. They're just throwing knives. They're like, let's eat him. He'd be good on the grill.
I need a comedian. Yeah.
Yeah, I need a comedian. It's a slippery slope.
How's that going for him, Ben? It's isn't the next round coming up soon?
Yeah, I think there are a couple more weeks. I'm not sure about the exact date, but
October 30th, right?
October 30th. Okay, very good. Yeah, she knows her stuff.
I read the article. I did read the article. I love that the indigenous is the Guardian reaches out to the indigenous people and they're like, do you guys eat your grandparents? And they're like, no, we don't do that. It could have been like a mistranslation too. Like the interpreter was just like, yeah, they're whatever, they're eating their, you know, grandpa, who cares? You know? I think I'm ready to clock out.
I think so this article is interesting. I think maybe some of our left-wing candidates could learn to be as ruthless as this. It says a television advert produced by Bolsonaro's leftist rival Lula declared Bolsonaro has revealed that he would eat human flesh. I would love Bernie to go that hard on somebody. I think, yeah. So this is like part of the Oppo research. I see that came out. Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is it's not cool to eat the poor. We eat the rich only. Okay.
That's true. It's a different menu. Bolsonaro's communications minister called Lula's advert fake news and claimed the comments has been distorted.
Yeah, no, you always know you're in a good position when when it's like, well, look, that was totally taken out of context when I said that I would eat human flesh. Like, people are being very unfair in how they're dredging this back up.
Yeah, Lula denies.
If only Dahmer had a chance to speak about the Netflix series, he'd be like, yeah, I feel like everything was taken out of context.
Yeah, they try to make everything so dramatic. It wasn't really like that.
Yeah, this article is pretty gold. Lula denied spreading misinformation. I saw the footage. It's no invention. We're simply letting people know what our opponent is like. He claimed foreigners were shunning Brazil for fear of the cannibal.
Yeah.
He's trolling him so hard. In a good way, I'd argue.
Yeah.
I like it.
That election is going to be interesting.
It will, yeah, and it will also be interesting to see what happens after the election, right? I mean, I'm assuming that Lula will win. He did win the first round by several million votes, and I mean, it's possible, but like that seems like the thing that would happen. But I mean, I think there's a pretty serious question about what what Bolsonaro and his supporters would do otherwise, right? Because this is a much more, this isn't like, this isn't like the U.S. where we have like right-wing paramilitaries, but they're kind of like a sad, weird joke, that they're like, they'll get all the like Proud Boys together in the country and it's like 150 guys. And they don't really look like they win a lot of fights, that they, there they actually have the serious version of that. So, like I would imagine, I would think their January 6th could be much scarier than ours if it happened. You have been watching free public content from Give Them an Argument. To access every single episode of the show, the main show on Monday nights, all of the streams, all of the debate breakdowns, all of the patron-exclusive post-games on Monday nights, all of the patron-exclusive bonus episodes every week, and much, much more, go to patreon.com/Ben Burgis. I cannot resist ending this with, don't be foolish.